The High Fidelity Wraparound and Systems of Care teams at New York State Office of Mental Health use several electronic platforms to conduct virtual meetings and trainings. We're going to show those to you now and make sure you have resources available should you run into any issues along the way. We'll talk shortly about Adobe Connect and Cisco WebEx, which are our virtual classroom and meeting rooms, and then briefly about Adobe Captivate Prime, which is our learning management system, or LMS. To be clear, Adobe Captivate Prime is where you'll track your learning and launch modules. For live meetings and classes, it will point you to Adobe Connect or other meeting spaces as necessary. So let's get started. I'd like first to introduce you to Adobe Connect, a training platform similar to Zoom or WebEx. Adobe Connect is usually used live, but you may also be invited to view recordings of prior events using the platform. These slides demonstrate what users can expect when joining a meeting or training and how to manage user controls in the program. So, welcome to Adobe Connect. If you're headed to an Adobe Connect meeting space, you'll have a link to the meeting you want to join. It may come to you on an email, a calendar item, or it may also be found in a link from a learning management system, such as Adobe Captivate Prime. I'll show you some more things about that later. The first time you follow a meeting link, you may be prompted to download a mini desktop app, which will make your overall experience much smoother. If that appears, agree to the download and install the app. Once the app is installed, meeting links will take you to this room preparation page where you'll log into the virtual meeting room. You can join either as a guest or by using your Adobe ID account credentials. Once you join the room, you'll see something like this with a list of participants and the chat feature on the right and a slide or other sharing space in the middle. This is the main virtual meeting room. From here, your hosts and presenters may show you slides, invite discussion, or take you to virtual breakout rooms for other activities. There are some user controls available to help you interact with the virtual meeting room. They're at the top of the page, and we'll show you some close-ups in the next slide. You'll want to first get your webcam connected and then turned on to allow others to see you, and then connect your microphone so you can talk to others. Those are both two-step processes, as we'll outline. Here are some best practices to follow. First, enable your camera and then start sharing. We'll show you how in a moment. Next, enable your microphone, then mute it unless you are speaking. We want to avoid background noises, distractions, or echoes. Please say who you are before you speak. Sometimes it's difficult to see who is talking. You can use the raised hand or the chat feature to communicate with the group. We'll show you that in a moment too. Here are the controls that you can use throughout today's program. At the top of the page, you'll see a series of control icons. You'll use the one that looks like a microphone to enable and then mute or unmute your mic. You'll use the camera icon to enable and start your video. And you can use the hand to raise your hand for questions. You can also use the chat feature for that. We'll get to that in a minute. At the top right of your page, the signal strength bars indicate your internet connection, and the ellipses, or 3 dots, are a good place to make changes to your speakers and microphone, including volume for both. The chat feature is at the bottom right of your page. You'll mostly want to chat with everyone when answering questions or participating in the program. But if you need help with something technical, click the plus sign to chat with the hosts, and we'll help clear any issues. Sometimes we may use Cisco WebEx as an alternative virtual meeting space. It's fairly similar to Adobe Connect, but I'd like to walk you through the basics just for familiarity's sake. Generally, you'll receive an email or calendar item containing a link to the meeting. When you click on a meeting link or invitation, you'll eventually see this dialog pop up. You can click Join Meeting right away, or you can choose to make changes to your audio and video first if you wish. Use the buttons at the bottom to do that. You can decide to use your computer audio, or you can choose to call in on a phone or have the system call you. Make that change using the audio button. You can also make all of these changes after you've joined the meeting, so it's not important to do it now if you're unsure. Most people use their computer settings as long as they have a webcam and a microphone on their computer. Most laptops have them integrated, and most peripheral webcams on desktops have the microphone built right into them. Click Join Meeting when you're ready. If the meeting hasn't started yet, you'll see this lobby screen where you can simply wait for the meeting to start, or you can notify the host that you're ready to join. Once you join the meeting, or when the meeting begins, this is what you'll see. It's another virtual meeting room. Primary user controls are again located at the bottom in the view, where you can mute and unmute your microphone, turn on your video, share your screen or something from your computer, and leave the meeting. You can also toggle the participant and chat views on and off. Additional controls are available at the top left of the view. When we break out into small groups, you'll need to remember to unmute and turn on your video again. You'll need to turn your video on every time you change rooms from main room to breakout and back again. Please also assign a note taker and presenter who can report on your conversation when we reconvene. Use the chat feature to ask the presenters for help or for clarification. Adobe Captivate Prime is our learning management system, or LMS. It's your gateway to all of your New York State High Fidelity Wraparound training. Access to the system requires an Adobe ID. You should already have gotten an automated email with instructions to set up your Adobe ID account. This is a lot like a Google or Apple ID in that it allows you to use one set of login credentials for all of the Adobe products you have rights to. In this case, it'll be Adobe Captivate Prime and Adobe Connect. Once you've activated your Adobe ID account, you'll be able to access Adobe Captivate Prime and all of the training and other modules required for wraparound certification. As you're enrolled in them, you'll find live virtual programs, self-paced modules, documents, and other helpful information. When we enroll you in a program, you'll get an automated email alert from the system that will contain links and other calendar items. We strongly recommend that you accept the offered calendar items to help you keep track. The schedule of live and self-paced programs, coaching meetings, and webinars is complex, so having them on your calendar automatically will help. For those items with deadlines, like the self-paced modules, you'll also get automated reminders. Here's the home page, where you'll be able to access your upcoming classes, meetings, and other modules, as well as keep track of your progress. For the most part, we'll use this platform to connect you with modules as they become available. Finally, we want to make sure you have a resource available in case you run into technical issues with these platforms. Please feel free to email me at skip.zimmerman@omh.ny.gov if you experience any problems, and I'll do everything I can to help you.